Cooperation between Korea and ASEAN members has become more important than ever. ASEAN-Korea Center's Secretary General Kim Young-sun is spearheading various efforts to bring about robust exchanges and cooperation between Korea and ASEAN. He is working hard to increase exchanges with ASEAN members, as well as to promote ASEAN to Korea.
The ASEAN-Korea Center is playing a central role in promoting mutually beneficial relationship between ASEAN and Korea.
What kind of future does he envision for the ASEAN-Korea relationship? Let's find out on today's Heart to Heart. Secretary General Kim Young-sun, welcome to Heart to Heart. Thank you for joining us.
It is my great pleasure. Thank you very much for inviting me here today.
Could you say hello to our viewers that are watching?
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm the Secretary General of ASEAN-Korea Center. Thank you for having me here today.
Well, welcome, and once again, thank you for joining us on Heart to Heart. Could you maybe begin by telling us about the ASEAN-Korea Center and what the organization does?
The ASEAN-Korea Center is an intergovernmental organization which was established 8 years ago by the 10 ASEAN member countries and Korea.
Yes.
We are mandated to promote investment, trade, culture, tourism, people-to-people exchange, and promote mutual understanding between ASEAN and Korea.
I see. So we hear a lot about ASEAN in the media. We're hearing more about ASEAN these days. So what are the 10 member states of ASEAN, and how is ASEAN different from Southeast Asia? Do you often get this question? How is ASEAN different from Southeast Asia?
Yeah, first of all, 10 countries are Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Thailand, and Brunei, and Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam, and Cambodia.
Wow,
And
good memory.
Southeast Asia is a geographic term, while the ASEAN is the regional cooperative organization composed of 10 countries you just mentioned.
Yes, and I would imagine that you visited all 10 countries on several occasions because you obviously memorized all these countries.
Yeah, of course, I visited all of the 10 countries and visited many times.
Many times.
Jennifer, have you watched the TV program of Yoon's Kitchen?
Yoon's Kitchen. Oh, yes. I have. It's where there are about four Korean celebrities that actually run a restaurant. So they're cooking. It's like a cooking program. Yeah.
Yes. And Lombok is beautiful island, resort island in Indonesia, just across Bali, and there are so many attractions, not only in Indonesia but across the world. So, and the Bali is my favorite place. I think I visited Bali more than 50 times.
More than 50 times,
Yes.
That's amazing.
The Bali is called the Island of Gods. It's very beautiful and spiritual island, very famous for the scenic rice paddy and thousands of Hindu temple and beautiful beach and coral reef. Like in the movie, Eat, Pray, Love, the Bali is the place where you can find true love, a balance between your body and soul.
I see. Now, I heard that year 2017 is a milestone year for ASEAN and ASEAN-Korea relations, and it marks the 50th anniversary of its establishment. Now, 2017 was designated as the ASEAN-Korea Cultural Exchange Year as well. So what is your take on the importance of ASEAN and relations between Korea and the ASEAN?
Yes, 2017 is a significant year for ASEAN as well as ASEAN-Korea relations. For the 50 years, ASEAN achieved a lot in terms of peace, stability, and prosperity of the region. And ASEAN-Korea relations has developed very close relationship in a wide range of areas. And this kind of relations will be further strengthened. So the ASEAN-Korea Center is doing a lot of programs to strengthen this partnership.
I see. So what has the ASEAN Korea Center, I guess, carried out or prepared for this very special year?
Well, we have organized a variety of programs throughout the year, but to highlight the ASEAN and ASEAN-Korea relations,
Yes.
we designated May and June as ASEAN months. So we are carrying out 7 programs, such as ASEAN Culinary Festival and ASEAN Tourism Promotion Pavilion and ASEAN Tourism Culture Photo Contest and Investment Seminar on ICT and ASEAN the lecture series for ASEAN the cultures.
I see. Well, 7 programs. They all sound very interesting. But honestly, I'm a foodie. I love food. So I would have to say that I missed a great opportunity to try foods from all 10 ASEAN nations. Now, Southeast Asian cuisine is growing very popular in Korea especially. And I guess Southeast Asia is home to a very rich food culture.
Yeah,
And there's a
that's
diverse variety of ingredients and spices and flavors. So what kinds of foods were introduced?
Yeah, as you said, the Southeast Asian the dishes are getting more popular in
Yes.
Korea. So we carefully selected signature dishes this time. So 20 signature dishes, the 2 from 10 ASEAN countries were presented during the festival. For example, the Vietnamese the food, bún chả, is one of the most popular during the festival. You know, bún chả is the Vietnamese food. When the President Obama visited Vietnam last year, so that's why the bún chả now is very famous all over the world.
Oh, I see. And did people like it? I mean, were they
Yeah,
crazy
of course,
about this?
everybody was happy.
Ah,
I learned the delicious food make everybody happy.
happy. That's true. That's
A special event sponsored by the ASEAN Korea Center. Visitors can sample the signature dishes of ASEAN countries here. What do Koreans think about these foods?
색다른 음식을 접할 수 있어서 좋은 것 같아요. 되게 신기한 것 같아요. 재밌어요. 비슷한 게 되게 많아서 그렇게 부담 없이 받아들일 수 있는 것 같아요.
각 나라마다 음식 같이 체험하면서 우리나라 음식하고 뭐가 다른지도 아이하고 같이
Thankfully, there's fresh Filipino.
Particularly, they use sambal sauce, and Koreans like sambal sauce very, very much. We believe food is one of the most effective instruments that connects the hearts and minds of the people across the world. So this time, we present the most authentic and traditional cuisine of 10 ASEAN countries. Hi, Joyce. How are you? Good to see you again.
Secretary General Kim is greeting the chefs warmly. The chefs are participating in the festival for 2 consecutive years.
Thank you so much again and again and again. This is fantastic event.
I've been to your restaurant in Kuala Lumpur, Rebung, right?
Restaurant Rebung. Thank
So
you.
I like the food of restaurant Rebung very, very much.
Is it?
So mango cake.
Now, Southeast Asian coffee varieties were also introduced at the festival. Now, Indonesia is known to produce, they say, the most expensive coffee in the world.
Yes.
And I did some research, and it's kopi luwak. It costs, for a cup, I guess it costs from $35 to $100 for a single cup of coffee. So Indonesia is known to produce kopi luwak and Java coffee. Did the visitors to the festival enjoy coffee as well?
Yeah, of course, in addition to delicious cuisine, we add the special scent and aroma of ASEAN premium coffee this time. So all the participants were enjoyed a lot. And actually, luwak coffee is not the kind of bean. The luwak coffee is what civet, the animal,
Yes.
the
Like a cat-like.
the fresh and delicious coffee fruits.
Yes.
And then the civet's digestive enzyme, they ferment the bean.
Yes.
So this kind of process gives a special taste and flavor to Luwak coffee. That's why Luwak coffee is most expensive coffee in the world.
It's very rich in flavor, from what I heard, very rich in flavor and aroma. I should have a taste of it someday soon. Do you enjoy coffee
Yeah, of
luwak?
course, of
Yes?
course. The Indonesian and Vietnamese coffee are well known to Korean people, but now the premium coffee is being produced in other parts of ASEAN, such as Laos, Thailand, and the Myanmar. So it's good to see the ASEAN, Southeast Asian coffee is gaining recognition and popularity in the world.
At this time, world-famous ASEAN Coffee is introducing coffee varieties from ASEAN. Wow, we can see flag of ASEAN member on the cup.
야, 너무 정교하게 아주 잘 됐네요.
네네, 거의 사진처럼. 네.
This festival is great success. You see, all the visitors enjoy the delicious food and the wonderful aroma of quality coffee of ASEAN. Hi, how are you?
Hi, doing great.
Thank you.
He is also encouraging ASEAN workers at the event.
So are there many visitors?
It's nice to see many people are coming and pretty much enthusiastic about ASEAN.
So now the Koreans get to know more about ASEAN countries, right?
부풀어 올라가게 돼 있고요. 이번에 한번 다 적셔지고요.
이렇게
부풀어
오르네요.
네, 신선한 커피는 이렇게
예.
물이 닿으면
예.
부풀어 올라오게 돼 있습니다. 그래서
이 향이 대단합니다.
네.
참 대단합니다.
ASEAN-Korea Center strives to promote sustainable partnership between Korea and ASEAN. The center conducts work programs such as ASEAN Trade Fair, ASEAN Connectivity Forum, and various ASEAN-Korea SMEs support programs to promote expansion and balance of trade, as well as to contribute to narrowing the development gap among the ASEAN region. The center also organizes ASEAN Culture and Tourism Fair, ASEAN Korea Tourism Development Workshop, and ASEAN Roadshow to invigorate tourism and promote people-to-people connectivity.
Now, I'd like to ask you about the ASEAN community, which was established towards the latter part of year 2015. What were the key establishments of the ASEAN community?
ASEAN community has greatly contributed more enhanced integration of ASEAN, even though pace is slow. The ASEAN economic community in particular is to move ASEAN toward a globally competitive economic bloc with a freer flow of goods, services, and capitals and labor across the 10 ASEAN member countries. There has been a lot of progress. For instance, the ASEAN 6, which have relatively advanced economies, the completed elimination of import duty among themselves. While the rest of CLMV, the Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam, they plan to eliminate the import duties by 2018.
I see. That's great news.
However, there is still much to do. ASEAN community building is an ongoing process.
I see. Now, ASEAN has also become a very important economic partner to Korea. So could you tell us about the importance of ASEAN on the economic front?
ASEAN is a key economic partner for us As you know, the ASEAN is our second largest trading partner, as well as second largest investment destination. Our investment last year in ASEAN there was $5 billion US, far exceeding that in China, which was just $3.3 billion US. And ASEAN is getting more and more important because of its size of economy and stable economic growth and the great potential for further development. Another positive sign is that young population of ASEAN and the rapidly growing middle class. This means that the ASEAN is not just a production base, but a booming consumer market. So I think there is enough reason to keep our eyes on ASEAN.
I read that if ASEAN were a single country, it would already be the 6th largest economy in the world. Is that right?
Yes, right.
Now, how do you see the potentials of ASEAN as post-China then?
I think ASEAN may not be able to replace China completely.
Yes.
But the significance of ASEAN is increasing as an alternative business partner other than China. ASEAN has emerged as a production base, partly because of rising production costs in China. So ASEAN can provide more business opportunities to Korea. And in addition, the number of ASEAN tourists to Korea is steadily growing, offsetting the impact of sharp drop in Chinese tourists. And what is important, I think, the ASEAN and Korea don't have any historical or territorial dispute. And no country has hidden intention against each other. So I think this is very sound. Therefore, ASEAN and Korea can develop a more genuine and sustainable relationship.
Now, it appears that a lot more Korean companies would have more business opportunities in ASEAN. So could you give some advice to maybe businesses that are looking to venture out to ASEAN?
Well, already many of Korean businesses are operating successfully in the ASEAN region. But recently, the ASEAN member countries have been putting more importance on the value-added and technology-based industries. The ASEAN consider Korea as one of the best partners for high-technology sectors, such as smart manufacturing and e-commerce and ICT and smart city development.
You know, there seems to be many more foreigners residing in Korea and many more multicultural families residing in Korea as well. And there are about 500,000 ASEAN residents in Korea. I mean, the situation in Korea has improved and it's still improving, but I think that there still needs to be much done. So what, in your opinion, can we do in order to bring about a harmonious multicultural community?
I think many Koreans have biased perception toward ASEAN nationals, largely based on their personal experience with migrant workers or multicultural families. So it is important to correct such the biased perception and discriminating perception. To be a true multicultural society, I think we need to be more open-minded and tolerant of different cultures.
Yes, no, I guess in order to understand one another. What has ASEAN Korea Center done to perhaps...
So we have been doing a lot of programs to correct the biased perception toward ASEAN nationals, such as the public lecture series and the people-to-people exchange programs. And particularly, I put the high importance on the students' program of ASEAN in Korea. So we are supporting their activities of the Association of ASEAN Students in Korea.
So yes, I think you're talking about this youth program. So what kinds of opportunities are these students, youth, given? Do they come to visit? What kinds of experiences?
Yeah, there are many different kinds of programs. So we have the ASEAN Korea Youth Network, It is an exchange program, and we set a certain theme, and about which the ASEAN and Korean students the discussion and on-site experience together. So it's really helped to deepen understanding between ASEAN and Korean students.
I see. It sounds like ASEAN Korean Center, Korea Center is doing much. They're doing a lot. They're playing a very important role in building this mutual understanding, and they're doing much to strengthen relations between Korea and ASEAN. I was surprised to find that there are 37 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the ASEAN region. So, yeah, please tell us about the ASEAN culture. I'm very curious.
ASEAN culture is very diverse and syncretic, so very difficult to characterize it in a single expression.
I see.
ASEAN culture has been affected and shaped by many different cultures coming from India, China, European countries, and the indigenous cultures. Do you know how many religions coexist in ASEAN?
I would guess many.
Many,
Since you're asking
that's
me
right.
this question, yes.
So Buddhism, Islam, the Christianity, Hinduism, and indigenous religions.
I see. Wow.
So let me give a very interesting example. If you go to Jakarta, capital of Indonesia, the largest Muslim country in the world, but you can find a huge cathedral just across the street from the largest Islamic mosque in Asia.
Right.
Yeah.
They're facing each other.
Yes. And another the amazing example is the state emblem of Indonesia, the Garuda. Garuda is the legendary bird in Hindu mythology. So which means the Hindu bird is the state emblem of the Islamic country. It's amazing.
I see.
If you don't understand the beauty of ASEAN, you cannot love ASEAN.
Of course, when it comes to learning about a country or the country's people, their history, traditions, culture, it's best to actually go to that country. So in order to find out about ASEAN culture, you must go yourself in person. But I heard that there is a way to find out all about it here in Seoul without having to travel abroad. And so could you please tell us about that?
Yeah, please come and join our program. We are carrying out a variety of program all year round.
Yes.
So the ASEAN-Korea Center is widely open to anybody.
Right.
Yeah, particularly this year, our public lecture is covering ASEAN culture through UNESCO Cultural Heritage Site. So you can have better idea about the ASEAN culture through enjoying the UNESCO Cultural Heritage Sites, which are very beautiful.
Are there a few places that you would like to recommend people to visit if they have the chance to go?
Well, there are so many beautiful places, such as Angkor Wat, Cambodia, is overwhelming, and Borobudur Temple in Indonesia.
Do those two
So
places
all
happen
of
to
the
be your
ASEAN
favorite?
culture, ASEAN the countries preserve the cultural heritage.
Yes. No, thank you very much. Now, I heard that there is an Indonesian saying that goes, if you don't know a person, you cannot love that person. And would you agree with this?
Of course, I agree with you. That's the expression I always emphasize.
I see.
Thank you very
Now,
much.
I hope that all of your hard work will help our relations continue to develop into one that is more genuine and mutually beneficial. Thank you so much for your time. And yes, we wish you all the best of luck.
Okay, thank you very much
네,
for having me
감사합니다.
here today.
Thank you.